Director Wickman here with my annual patient update. We do this here at Hillbrook to see how our patients have progressed or regressed over the course of their stay. I expect to see updates on all of your patients as well, fellow doctors. No rush, but you should have them in my office by Halloween at least. We all know what happened last year when Dr. Connors failed to do so. Poor dear, I sure do miss her and her sarcastic wisecracks. Truly a woman after my own heart. I mean, who knew brain surgery with a kitchen knife could be so deadly? Don't worry though, this year I actually have a scalpel, so it should be fine. Instead of dying on a slab, you'll simply end up a vegetable. Anyway, so my update. Let's begin with the positive patient, shall we? Patient 161, Cassandra Corelli, aka Miss Chuckles. As some of you may already know, our dear Miss Chuckles has sadly left us. No, I didn't kill her, I cured her. Can you believe that? I actually cured someone. Anyway, she was transferred to Blackburn Penitentiary a couple of weeks ago. She will serve the rest of her 10-year sentence over there. I expect her to be out in half that time though, due to good behavior. She's certainly been behaving good over here at least. One of my star patients. If only the other patients would take after her. Another of my star patients would be patient 922, Michael Blanc, aka Mr. Blank. Remember, his problem was a complete lack of emotions. Well, I do believe that problem has been now solved. Just yesterday, he put on a whole show of emotions. I was about to drag him away for his third electric shock therapy session of the day, when he suddenly began to scream and cry. Literal tears poured down his cheeks. Tears from Mr. Blank. Now that is what I call a breakthrough. And people say my methods don't work. Shows how much they know. I will continue this style of treatment with 922 and hopefully we'll soon be able to ship him off to Blackburn too. Patient 567, Maximilian Lancaster III, aka Mirror Mug. Another very promising case. He's recently had a breakthrough as well. Forcing him to participate in Patient 200's musical was a stroke of genius, if I do say so myself. He was never able to open up, talk about himself, but now he won't shut up about himself. A star, he says he is. And Patient 200, Mr. Philip DeWitt, aka Ghost Rider, sure seems to agree. Going to Broadway, DeWitt says Lancaster is. Sure, why not? Whatever helps him get out of here. 567 seems to have completely forgotten about his stuffed headless friends too. He hasn't asked about them since before the musical. I guess he doesn't need headless friends any longer. Still, we haven't been able to remove his mirror mask yet though. We tried, but once again he simply went into a catatonic state. Baby steps, I suppose. We'll get it off successfully in time. Now to the more disappointing patients. The most disappointing being patient 747, Francisco Palma, aka Frankie the Pencil. Because he's dead. Yeah, if you hadn't heard already, we found 747 dead in his cell last week. Ironically enough, a pencil had been jammed into his eye. While most of our security was busy keeping the musical in check, someone had apparently taken advantage of the situation and gotten to 747. We have not been able to catch the culprit, but it's safe to assume it was one of our own staff members, someone eager to collect on that bounty. I guess mob boss Big Ed finally got what he wanted, that son of a bitch. Messing with my asylum. Makes me wonder how many more we have on his payroll. After all, 747 was not the only patient associated with that 2-bit gangster. Anyway, moving on. Patient 297, Alexander Beeks, aka The Dreamer. So, ever since me and Dr. Millers performed brain surgery on 297, the poor guy has unfortunately been a vegetable. I think it might be because I may have left a sponge inside his skull. Either way, I can't check it because due to Governor Fitzroy's latest budget cuts, we had to get rid of our X-ray machine. We have been able to monitor his brainwaves though, and believe it or not, we have found that he actually dreams. Dreams while unconscious, like you're supposed to. So I guess we may have inadvertently cured his reverse dreaming. I guess we'll see when or if he finally wakes up. Patient 649, Samuel Santini, aka Flatface. Sammy Flatface has been stewing in solitary confinement ever since that disastrous group therapy session. As a result, he hasn't been able to kill anyone, so I guess that's good news. Just a few days ago though, someone let him out of his cell and arranged a fight between him and patient 853, aka the Hooligan. Staff members reportedly looked on and even made bets on who would win the fight. Seems like some of our less gifted colleagues have gotten in their heads that a patient fight club is appropriate at Hillbrook. The fight was quickly interrupted by security though, and the two patients were heavily sedated and hauled back to their cells. Every staff member found at the scene has been punished by me personally. I wish I could just fire them, but we need every single idiot willing to work here. Lord knows they aren't easy to find. Anyway, Flatface is now back to headbutting the concrete walls of his isolation cell. I could switch him to a cell with padding. I could do that, but I'm not gonna. And now a completely hopeless case. Patient 876, Jordan Page, aka Porcelain Face. I've made no progress with this one whatsoever. She refuses to talk to us, at least about anything that makes sense, and we still haven't been able to remove her mask without experiencing a violent freakout. Last time we made an attempt, she nearly clawed out the eyes of a nurse. Due to the presence of Mirror Mug, there has been a new development though, although not a positive one. 876 has caught glimpses of her own reflection in his mask. This has led her to believe that patient 567 is the ghost of her twin sister, Lee, coming to haunt her. I've tried to tell her that it's simply a reflection of her own lifelike Page mask. It isn't actually the face of her sister. She of course won't listen. Maybe I should arrange a sit-down between 876 and 567. Let her face her demons. I suppose Lancaster would be thoroughly confused though. By the way, Dr. Peter Levine has been on my ass again. Remember him? Jordan's plastic surgeon. He doesn't like our treatment methods and the conditions we've put Jordan in. He's suing the asylum. Just what we needed. Fancy LA doctor. Another hopeless case is patient 805, Lillian Dolly, aka the Black Widow. No matter what I try, she just will not stop believing that delusion of hers, that the only way for her to feed is to have sex with men and then eat them afterwards. She still refuses to eat any food we give her and would be starving if it wasn't for the IV drips. She's grown more desperate to seduce a mate too. Luckily though, I'm now the only male she sees on a regular basis. But as a result, it's had a rather embarrassing effect on our sessions together. She's become quite vulgar. We can't really get anywhere the way she goes on. Our sessions always end prematurely, with me running off to take a cold shower. Maybe I should just transfer 805 to a female doctor. And finally, patient 502, Jim, aka the horrific Piranha Boy. Of course, I've got nothing to report on 502, as he isn't here. I can't imagine anyone not knowing this at this point, but 502 escaped months ago, together with patients 555 and 557. Nothing has been heard from any of them in a while now, and frankly, I'm beginning to believe we'll never see them again. Can't say I'm too upset about it. My old bite wounds still haven't healed yet. So, there you have it. The current status of all my current patients. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go. I just heard there's a riot in cell block H. Apparently there was a power malfunction, and all cell doors in that block unlocked. Patients like Butterface, Wendigo, and the Ever-Changing are now roaming free. Lord help us all.